begun to work when the door opened and Dan Carr came into the shop, looking as though he had something to say that mattered. If he did, it would have been the first time. He paused dramatically on the threshold, letting in the chilly air and sweeping his hat off dramatically. "Tom Calvert," he said. "Dan?" Dan's eyes were the same as always, deader than Lincoln. "I heard it was you on that stage last night out of Sioux City." The stage hadn't come from Sioux City, but it wasn't worth mentioning. "Who'd you hear that from?" Tom asked, curious. The barber had a very sure hand with his razor, and it was the best-smelling lather Tom had ever encountered. The only thing that would have made it better would have been Dan leaving. He probably hadn't heard the rumor anywhere. He'd probably just seen Tom climb out and go into the hotel. Dan ignored the question. "Is that a new suit? Where are you going to play tonight?" he asked, without waiting for an answer to his first question. He knew damn well it was a new suit. Now he let the door fall shut and ducked his head at the barber, who politely kept quiet. He knew who Dan was. Everyone did. For a long time he'd managed to stay in the shadows, but it was shooting that bank robber, Victor Wells, that had done it. It broke up on Dan's reputation like a sudden thunderstorm. Now people wanted to buy him drinks and hire him to chase bounties. Dan liked to wear his pistol high and near his belly, where his coat would never hide it. It was his way of making his intentions clear. Tom had always been of the belief that a man could be talkative or useful, but not both. Dan was an exception. He would talk until you were sick of him, but still do the job he was paid for. Who was paying him now? He was wearing a new suit himself. "The sixth table or the Jewel?" Dan pressed. "Neither," Tom told him. Sensing his sneeze coming on, he held up his hand. The barber obligingly withdrew the blade, and he got ready, but the sneeze didn't come. "Pardon me," he said, settling back again. "I won't play in Omaha at all. I'll be on Bert's boat." The look that came over Dan's face wasn't surprise when it should have been. Something was wrong. Tom didn't let anything show. "Dan?" he prompted. "Tom? You know that ain't Bert's boat no more," Dan said, frowning. Tom blinked. It was a bad tell, but nothing could stop it. "Oh? It belongs to Mr. Carroll from St. Louis." Tom considered that. "I was there not 2 hours ago," he said. "The fellow took my invitation, same as he ever did. My things are aboard already." "Carroll ain't changed nothing, Tom." Dan shrugged and put a little tobacco in his cheek. "You still have your game, I'm sure. I just mean it ain't Bert's no more, that's all." "Did this happen fairly recently?" "I suppose." Tom sighed. There wasn't any helping it. Bert probably wasn't inclined to notify him, and even if he were, how would he go about it? He didn't know where Tom was at any given moment. Carroll. The name was familiar, but Tom had never met him. He squinted, trying to remember. "Is Carroll in wheat?" "Among other things. You know old Jeff Schaefer's on that boat." "Is he really? He isn't busted yet?" "I didn't realize his wife had any more money for him to lose." "New wife," Dan replied, stifling a yawn. Tom sighed. "What happened to the first one?" "She seemed nice." "I don't know, Tom. I don't keep up with him. I only know he's on the boat and in big flaming humor." "She must be rich." "He wouldn't waste his time otherwise. Is it true what I heard about you in Springfield?" Tom groaned. "Most likely. She was there." "That pretty China woman?" "She isn't from China," Tom snapped. It wasn't the first time he'd told Dan that. "Then where's she from?" "Japan." "What's that, then? Like a state in China?" "How the hell should I know, Dan?" As though either of them knew the first thing about China. Dan probably didn't even realize China was to the right of Africa. "Did she take your money again?" "She did," Tom grumbled, and the barber narrowly avoided nicking him. "Twice more now. That makes 4 times she's robbed me. If I was a bank, I'd have closed by now." "You seen her again after Charlotte?" "Oh, she turned up in Yankton as well." Tom wanted to rub his face in frustration. "I thought I had her figured, but she just took it all again, and quick. It was only 19 hands. "Is she a cheat?" "Can't see how she could be. Ain't nowhere to hide no cards in that dress." Tom knew that.